Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 12th to the 18th. This is for Scorpio and Scorpio rising, and we're going to jump right into it because this is a loaded week. Scorpio, you know it's a big week, and it is an especially big week for you. And out of all the signs, I want you to pay attention. This is a huge week for you, all right? First things first, on the 12th, okay, Mars is moving into Aquarius, all right? So your traditional ruler is moving into Aquarius for the rest of the month. Now, Mars in Aquarius, it really is, Mars is all about drive and action, and it's asking you to really take that action in terms of planning your future and the vision that you have for yourself. Aquarius is that visionary, right? And so Aquarius has that independent side, that rebellious side. So Mars is really driving you to take action and to, really embrace your, authenticity, if you will, in terms of the things that you want for yourself. I mean, it really is just, you're going to feel that. And you're especially going to feel that in terms of almost like laying out future for the foundations of your life, because this is in your fourth house. Aquarius rules your fourth house. And so this is your domestic life. This is home. This is home. This is family, children, your significant other, real estate. So you could be having and feeling a lot of action and movement and forward momentum for the rest of this month with Mars in Aquarius. And don't forget, Pluto, your current ruler, right? Also in Aquarius. So when I say you're going to feel this, you're going to feel this. And this is not even the reason why, all right, this week. So definitely just like take action for the future that you want for yourself, okay? And get what you want, get what you deserve. You've got this. Now, on the 13th, we got two really big things happening, Scorpio, all right? We got Venus exiling Neptune. Absolutely love this. If there is an aspect that's all about like love and compassion and romance, this is it. This is absolutely nice. I absolutely love this for you. This is really, really, really wonderful. And I think that you're going to really like this because it still overlaps with that home sector activity. Neptune being in Pisces in your fifth house of love and pleasure, okay? And we're talking about Venus here. And this is a very harmonious aspect. So you could really feel this and a lot of creativity, imagination that's happening. Like your mind is just going to be like, wow, so many. It's almost like you have moved and now you're like being creative around like the things that you're putting together with your home. And, maybe you've entered a new relationship, or maybe there's something that's happening with children. And it's like, maybe you've had a baby and now you're being creative and like, oh, should I put elephants or, giraffes up on the walls, or, like it's just using your mind. But this is at the end of the day, just such a very lovely romantic day. Now, if you're not here for love or romance, this still can be a day in terms of like, what are you romantic toward? It can be just like you being romantic, like toward the arts. You could go to like a museum and like fall in love with like a painting. I mean, this is just one of those days, but it really is a day where, you will feel, really inspired, like really moved. And I want you to feel that. Okay. Now, the other thing that's happening on the 13th, Mars conjuncting Pluto. Now, this is such a powerful aspect. Now, this is what I just mentioned earlier, your traditional ruler, okay, and your modern ruler, Mars and Pluto, in this aspect that is so powerfully charged. You can hear it up in the sky too. When they conjunct, you're going to hear it. This is like go time. This is all about you. This is feeling absolutely driven, okay? When I say there's a charge about this, yeah, sexual energy, yes, of course, Pluto is your ruling planet. So, and Mars is your traditional ruler. This is a lot of intimacy, okay? A lot of intimacy around this. And if you're not here for love and romance, it could be like you having this strong desire for your passions, you having strong desire for power, right? This is that day. It is also a day where, Mars is, as we know, can be very aggressive. And especially, Mars coming from Aries, right? Mars is Aries ruling planet. Aries, where did Aries come from? Aries, the god of war. So this is really where I ask you, listen, tap into your inner warrior, all right? And feel empowered and use this aspect as a force of good in terms of like, on your path to enlightenment and achieving the goals that you set out for yourself, because this can be an aspect where it is like a little bit of like ego at play, a little bit of, power struggles and power tripping and, come at me bro energy. Like this is like, can be that day, but just you do not have to fall for it. You do not have to do that. There could be other, remember Mars conjuncting Pluto it's affecting every single person in this world. So everyone's gonna feel like, maybe even like want to be that, the villain in an 80s movie and pop up their collars and their name is Chet or something. Anyway, but you don't want to be that. And you can just own your power, right? Just own your power. All right. It's such a big day that I just have to let you know this is you will feel it. Okay. You will feel it. And when I say own your power, I gave an example in another reading, like, someone, like a friend of mine was like recently like fishing for an argument. You could tell he really wanted to get in an argument. And if I did, I would have given him all the power, and then we would have gone in circles and circles in this argument. And so I didn't. I just said like, okay, well, you're good. You're right. Everything, everything's fine. And I also had like a million other things to do. So I just had to like, anyway, but he came back like 2 days later and he was like, I'm so like, he apologized because he knew that he was doing things that was just like, not like really great, but it was him needing to have this power trip. And I just, I let him have it and I didn't want to be involved. But that's what I'm saying, like owning your power, knowing like, how to use your power. All right. Because you're going to have a lot of energy to work with this week. All right. Now on the 14th, if you do celebrate Valentine's Day, it's going to be a Valentine's Day to remember. The moon in Taurus conjuncting Jupiter. This is wow, this is big. This is really big. Now, remember, Venus is Taurus's ruling planet. So we do have Venus at play here, and it's conjuncting Jupiter. Jupiter is currently in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So yeah, are you going to feel this? Sure. Of course you're going to feel it. And it's going to feel really, really good. Now, again, if you're not here for love or romance, it can be with, a BFF or, career related, just like a one-on-one partnership where you just feel like really good with the relationship. And, but Jupiter does bring a heaping amount of luck. Okay. So you could feel really lucky this day in many aspects, but you'll still feel Venus excelling Neptune and Mars conjuncting Pluto the next day. I mean, like on Valentine's Day. So again, even if you don't celebrate it, it's just such a great day. Now on the 16th, Mercury will square Uranus. So hello, this is now, remember last week, the sun squaring Uranus? Now we got Mercury squaring Uranus, and Uranus is all about surprises and the unexpected, but also breakthroughs. So you could have some breakthroughs. Mercury is all about communication, right? So you could have a lot of breakthroughs, but you could also have some conversations where you feel like you're hitting a wall. You could have some, and even like, at this point, we're talking like nonverbal communication as well. So just be mindful this day, all right? Because remember, again, Uranus is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Mercury's moved into Aquarius, and that's your 4th house of home, foundations of your life, your domestic sector. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you feel like there is like a wall being built, just be mindful of how you speak and communicate. All right. You want to break through that wall. It's also a day where you don't want to sign contracts. Just letting you know. All right. Don't sign contracts on the 16th, but you could also hear surprising news. You may even tell surprising news, right? I mean, remember, with the depth that Pluto goes, and Pluto being very active this week, there is that like secrets being revealed and things like that. Okay. So there's just some surprises that could come your way. Now, when I say be mindful about the way that you speak, it's because the same day Mercury squares Uranus on the 16th, Venus now moves into Aquarius, and Venus in Aquarius is very free spirited. And it's just like, you could casually say something to your partner that, you could tell that person like, oh my goodness, like I love the way you dress, but I don't like your shoelaces. and you didn't mean to say it, and now they're just and now they're never going to wear shoes again. Like, it's just like, just be mindful of things like that. I know that was a worse analogy, but even so, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Now, here's the other thing. Venus in Aquarius is more about having this, it's more about having like a mental connection that's really like, falling in love with someone's mind and really enjoying like deep conversations and whatnot. So again, a lot of like communication activity here at play, but you see that at this point we have the Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Pluto in Aquarius, all in your fourth house. A lot of energy in home. If you haven't moved yet, you will. And listen, if or renovated your home, or something big with your home, or even buying real estate. I mean, this is a big thing. Or even, again, things that have to do with your domestic life, which does include your significant other, parents, children. There's a lot happening here. Okay. Now on the 17th, Venus conjuncts Pluto. Another powerful day. Now we're talking about Venus now. We're talking about Venus, the planet of love and romance. And it rules a lot of other things like money too. So it could be like a money thing for you, but it's conjuncting Pluto, your ruling planet. I mean, and Pluto, remember, like intimacy and like even like sexual relationship. This is this is an aspect of sex, basically, like sexuality, sensuality, romance on a very deep, intense level. A lot of intimacy here. If you're not here for any of that, okay. If you're not here for any of that, remember, it can be money, okay. It can be even friendships, but this is just a powerful day. A lot of creative energy. Remember that Venus is creativity, and all this Aquarius energy, like it, Aquarius being like that intellectual, future forward, like creative mind. So you'll feel that. You'll absolutely feel it, but definitely like on an intimate level. Yes, it could be a lot. There's a lot of passion here. I mean, it could be your Leo and Kate moment. Okay. Standing at the hull of the ship, or it could go 50 Shades of Gray. It's really up to you. This is a powerful aspect when it comes to like romance, passion. Okay. But again, remember, it can be just things that you desire. If you're not here for romance or any of that, but if you're single, by the way, ooh, you have this window of opportunity up until May. Now is the time, even this week, a big week where you could like just have a sliding doors moment, see someone on the street, y'all lock eyes, you look deep down into their soul. This is one of those days. This is one of those days. You could also just, like I said earlier, be like, you could fall in love with someone's mind around this time. But a lot of confidence around this time. And then on the 18th, we officially move into Pisces season. You're gonna get really excited about that, and we'll talk about that next week. Because that is your fifth house of love and passion and romance. So you see how everything that's happening this week, even this month, is leading up to this big moment in like pleasure for you. All right. So Scorpio, with that said, let's see what's going on for you for February 12th to the 18th. Again, this is for Scorpio. And do you like my shuffling skills today? Scorpio and Scorpio rising. And if you want to read for your moon and your Venus, all those other placements, if you do know your birth chart, you are absolutely welcome to. I would recommend Venus for sure. Venus is very, very active this week. And so is the moon. I mean, the moon is always active, right? So it is going to, eventually move into, Gemini toward the weekend. So that is your eighth house, okay? So of transformation. You rule the eighth house. So anyway, big week for you. Big week for you. Let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for the week of February 12th to the 18th here. All right. So Scorpio, like I said earlier, I do a traditional call to cross spread. I didn't say that earlier. I'm saying it now. And if we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Okay. Now, the other thing, Scorpio, I love you. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Y'all, come on. Y'all are, y'all. You're good. Look at this. Can you see? You're good. Okay, you're good. I don't even know what to say. I mean, like, you're good. You listen, when I say this week is going to have a big impact on you, and you will likely feel it a lot more than the other signs. Among the you're up there. Okay, you're up there. Even the fact with all this Aquarius energy, it does, especially Pluto and Aquarius, it really does affect like, the fixed signs as well, like significantly. But you're definitely gonna feel this week, and it shows here. But you're good. We're gonna get to it. Just get out of your head, okay? You got Temperance, which is absolutely amazing. I really love this for you. There is that balance, right? There's that balance that comes with Temperance. It's all about, I'm getting more of just like this. Ooh, taking a breath. Okay, taking a breath. It's like more balance, like mind, body, spirit. All right. It's almost like you're coming into a place where you realize that I don't need to stress. I don't need to worry. I know that I'm being taken care of. I know the universe is taking care of me. I have faith in myself. I have faith in every circumstance that happens. I get it. And I'm being patient. And temperance literally means self-restraint, right? So, really, really nice. There is this path that you see for yourself. And again, building this, going toward your path to enlightenment and everything, the finish line that you have for yourself. And now it's just like, easy peasy. I got this, which is very nice. And almost, I'm also getting like a sense of like, a lot of confidence building that's happening too. So this is really nice for you, especially just looking at your spread. And actually, you know what? Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, which rules your second house of, self-worth, self-value, your sense of like value, the value that you bring. And, even money and wealth, if you're here for money and wealth, and that's like a thing, but even still, hi. You got the 9 of Cups in the heart of your spread. So you're moving from Temperance to the 9 of Cups. So do you see how not worrying about things, not stressing about things, not building these blockages for yourself actually helps you, right? It's like what you ask yourself, when was the last time, stressing or worrying or being anxious about something did anything for me at all, right? It seems like a lot of y'all may have already asked yourselves that, and you're like, actually, it's never brought me any good, so might as well not do it. But that's great because it opens up this whole world of you just being completely satisfied this week. I mean, there is so much satisfaction in this card. It is, I call it's like I call it the genie in a bottle energy card. You see him sitting there like a genie, right? Like wish come true. So it seems like there's going to be something that emotionally fulfills you this week. A wish that you want that is happening, something that's very, very nice. Okay. A lot of enlightenment, especially coming after Temperance, where you see even like a lot of intuition energy here with the archangel. You see the sun on his forehead, okay, right on that pineal gland, your third eye, your sixth sense, your intuition, okay. And so a lot of enlightenment there, but also you see the cups over his head, like a lot of enlightenment here as well. But there is a sense of like, also being proud of how far you've come and where you are in your life. I really love that. I love that for you. This is going to be an exceptional week. Just get out of your head, okay? I know, easier said than done, but we'll talk about that. You did get the 3 of Pentacles in your challenge area, so just also be willing to work with others. Again, I know this is going to be a week. There could be like, you could run into Chet. You could run into Chet, and Chet could be like, bring me bananas. And you're just like, oh, I don't, just be cool. Be cool. Stay frosty. You got this. But be willing to work with others. There is also a sense of like, it may be a big challenge, like working with others this week. This is at the end of the day, the 3 of Pentacles is all about like teamwork, right? And so be willing to work with others. If you don't see eye to eye, bring everyone together. You've got this, Scorpio. You're going to be fine because everything else is going to work out for you. But again, the actions that you take may impact the people within your orbit. All right. So keep that in mind. And it could be other people too. It could be other people that really affect you or have an impact on you by their behavior. I feel like something may be ending too, like some sort of project or something about the way that you feel about something where you have been working with other people. That may be a thing. But here, let's get to you got the 8 of Swords. Okay. So you got the 8 of Swords in your crown. And so we refer to this as the self-victim card. So she's put herself here. She's put herself in a place where she refuses to see the truth, refuses to see, all the abundance that will happen for her. She's like trapped in this headspace where she's blindfolded, she's bound, she's completely surrounded by swords. she thinks that she built this like fortress, right? Where the reality is it's a prison. And then remember, the swords are the mental suit, so prisoner of her thoughts, all right, in your crown. So get out of your head. Get out of your head just this week, okay? Just this week. Just get out of your head a little bit, but do it at your comfort level. Do it at a point where you're comfortable taking off that blindfold. You know, you can see that her feet are free. She can walk out anytime she wants to. You know, there is mud and water, so it can be like a little bit of like muddled clarity as, you know, if you are in your headspace, like what is going on? But at least you're walking out of that headspace, right? It's being in this headspace and having this mindset that really is, you know, I talk about energy all the time, vibrating at a higher frequency. So it could even be thoughts that you have. And when I say, listen, I talk about energy all the time. I'm not going to waste your time talking about it in length here, but we all vibrate at a certain frequency, and everything is made out of energy. Everything vibrates at a certain frequency. And when I say everything, that includes the words that come out of your mouth. That includes the thoughts in your head. So when they vibrate at a low frequency, it's hard to attract the things that you want that are vibrating at a higher frequency, okay? So it really is like your mindset and really, really getting out of that mindset. But, you know, what's really interesting, let's see what's happening here. It could have to do with so much happening in your life, possibly like your personal transformation and confronting some of your truth, like I said earlier, because, you know, the Eight of Swords is attributed to Gemini. It is a Gemini card, and Gemini does rule your 8th house. So, which is all about like, you know, death and rebirth and transformation. And like, but remember, there's that intensity. So there could just be a lot of intense thinking this week, but do it in a way where you feel liberated. That's Aquarius is all about freedom. Okay. And remember, you have five planets there. Now you got 5 of wands. Speaking of fives. So interesting, very, very interesting. I'm seeing some career stuff here too. There could be like in terms of career, just like, am I doing the right thing? Is, you know, am I in the right job? Am I in the right, you know, workspace? Things like that. But even still, there is going to be some noise. Remember, I said with the 3 of Pentacles here in your challenge area, you got the 5 of Wands where it's a lot of egos at play. This could be a week with a lot of that, like, get me bananas energy. Okay. So just be mindful of that. There, you just don't want to be that, you know, here's the thing. Uranus is also like a rebel rouser, right? So there really could be like a lot of things that you may not even see coming, just, you know, surprising. You're like, don't be reactive, right? Be responsive, but be mindful about the way that you respond, all right? Especially if someone's trying to like make you go get, you know, bananas for them. I mean, it's just like, hey, like, let's compromise here. Yeah, let's compromise here. But you did get the Justice card in your future, so everything's going to work out fine for you. You're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. What I love about the fact that this just came up is that, you know, Justice is attributed to Libra, right? And so remember, you have so much activity in your house of partnerships and relationships, and Libra is the native ruler of that. So, you know, I think I mentioned earlier there may be a moment where you're asking, "Am I doing the right thing?" Well, yeah, you are. Just remember, actions have consequences, right? As I mentioned earlier, equally so, inaction have consequences too. So make that effort to get out of that, you know, headspace if you feel yourself there. And if someone's asking you to, you know, move the desk to the other side of the building, you know, have that conversation. Okay, have a conversation about it instead of like, you know, having your stingers out. Okay, but you're gonna be fine. Justice in your future. It looks like you know, it's a lot of truth with the Justice card, a lot of karmic energy with the Justice card as well, a lot of balance there, right? You even see the scale in the Judge's hand. You also see the 2 great columns here with, you know, they represent wisdom. Like, you're moving into this really great place in your life. And there could be legal matters too, where, you know, justice is served, okay? But it could be in any sort of capacity here now. But let's get to your stuff, all right? You're good. You're good. Just if you find yourself in your head a little bit this week, you can step out. Now, Scorpio, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, talk to me. Talk to me, Scorpio. What's going on? This is a big week for you. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. You know I love y'all. You know I love y'all. Oh yeah. Yeah. You are gonna have a week. You're gonna have a week. Wow. Okay, so let's get started. You got the Chariot. Very interesting. A lot of people have got, or a lot of the signs have gotten the Chariot. I really like this for you because, there is a lot of spiritual activity going around, like especially last week, moving into this week, especially with Neptune at play. But also, and I say that because the Chariot is Cancer, okay? And Cancer does rule your 9th house of spirituality. But, in the greater, just looking at your entire spread here, there is a sense of just like, again, don't feel trapped. Don't be trapped or don't feel trapped in the moment if there are circumstances that come up that where you feel like you're going straight to your head and you got your pinchers out. Move forward. Like the Chariot, you like move forward. Okay. It's all about having that willpower, that determination to move forward, to get out of situations, obstacles, challenges, believing in yourself and know that you got the power to do that. Okay. You can make this happen. All right. You can make this happen. So I really want you to use that power right now. And there could be a lot of there's a lot of mystery, right? With the two Sphinxes here, but I'm going to see, I'm going to tell you that, you see that he's not even holding onto reins, right? And so how is he actually controlling these Sphinxes, right? Up here, okay? The mind power. It's all about that mind power, that willpower. So if there are any dualities happening in your life, and there, again, with Pluto, you would know all about it. Pluto is a ruling planet. There is like that depth of even mystery. And like I said, secrets. Like there could be a lot of things that you start discovering this week. Just have ownership, okay, and move forward. Now, you also got the Devil, okay? The Devil, interestingly, came up in your external factors area. The Devil is Capricorn, okay? Capricorn rules your 3rd house of communication. So there really could be something about communication this week with other people. But then also there is a sense of possibly doing something this week where there's this tug of war where you feel, remember what I said, you may have a moment of am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing? It could be because there is that intense energy, passion energy, sexual energy as well. Remember that we're talking about the Devil here, where the two people from the Lover card are they're chained to the Devil. So again, could be that there's a tug of war in terms of going a little too deep in terms of activity that is, intimate. Okay. And having that realization about it. Okay. Because you do want to break away from the Devil energy, and you see the two people are chained. So, but the chains are loose; they can break free whenever they want. All right. So it's all about recognizing it. What is this thing that I know that I got to get? I got to release. I got to let go. Something that may be toxic. Something that may be maybe a bad behavior. Maybe a vice. Maybe addiction. Maybe any of those things. But at the end of the day, this is choice. This is your choice. Remember, the Lover's card is all about choice, and so. There you go. It's really it seems like there is going to be this choice you may have to make with this tug of war. But remember, it's all about this karmic cycle. It's all about doing the right thing. It's seeking this justice. Now, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Absolutely amazing. I love the fact that you did get the Ace of Pentacles. I want you to know, well, you did in your last spread too, didn't you? So the Ace, well, there you go. You got it again. All right. So the Ace of Pentacles, very grounding. And it just seems like there is this new beginning that you're seeking. And it could be something that is rooting down and now moving forward, that you're seeking, maybe a new job, maybe a new, income stream or something that has to do with money and wealth. It's this new path for you. But Pentacles are your physical reality, so it can be something in your physical world as well. It could even be something that you're really wanting in terms, maybe like a new house or a new car or, a new, tricycle, whatever you do, you Scorpio. But at the end of the day, you got the Seven of Swords in your final outcome. Okay. So there may be this, when I say this week is really going to be a week for you, there is this intensity about this week where you may really feel it. Okay. To the point where you feel that there is a lot of truths that you need to face about yourself, about a relationship, about a circumstance, about a situation, maybe work related, but there is some truth that you're going to have to I got to really think about this. I got to really think about this. The Seven of Swords is actually an Aquarius card too. So it can have to do with home matters. All right. Or, a significant other or, family, children, like everything that I mentioned earlier. Now, the other thing is, it could be, remember how, there's a lot of people involved in your life this week. It could be that there is something that it's almost like there could be remember I said secrets revealed and mystery solved and things like that this week. You could discover someone is doing something to you that is very Machiavellian, something that is very not cool. Okay. Something that maybe lying to you about something or stealing from you or even cheating from you. Those are all associated with the Seven of Swords. So it's a matter of, again, in order to face those truths, you have to face your truth. Okay. It's all about truth. Okay. It's all about truth. And it is a little dicey here with the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. You could even see him stealing the swords, but barehanded, right? You can cut yourself stealing those swords. And so it's a little dicey. We'll clarify it for you, Scorpio. That's how much I love you. You got the Four of Cups, the Moon. Interesting. Okay. There is going to be something that is, oh my gosh. And the Sun, what time is it? Okay. Well, I'm going to go. Okay. So, listen, Scorpio, you got the Four of Cups, okay? Very interesting because it's immediately followed by the Moon. Now, the Four of Cups is, I mentioned that you got a Cancer card here. Now you have another one here. This is actually Moon in Cancer. Now you got the Moon. But interestingly, in tarot, the Moon is attributed to Pisces. And then you got the Sun. I don't even know what to say right at this point, but this is just very, very, very interesting. And it is going to say it is saying that there is something where something may test you this week. It can be very emotional for you. But once you work with those emotions, once you come out on top, once you face your truths, with the Moon here, remember it's intuition, all right? Trusting your intuition, but, highly emotional, especially with the Four of Cups, where it is there's a sense of apathy that is associated with this card, but also it really is testing your gratitude. But there is something where maybe emotional for you this week, but you're gonna have to face it. Think of yourself as that crayfish there. You got to go past the towers, all right? And just know that any emotions that you experience, it's just gonna help you evolve. I mean, you do see the dog and the wolf here. That represents evolution, all right? And look where it brings you, straight to the Sun. Sun, optimism, opportunity, abundance. And remember I was talking about frequency earlier, all right? You even see the frequency from the Sun here, the rays from the Sun, but you also see the red banner, the wisdom child, a lot of innocence in this card, a lot of purity in this card, but it is the Sun. The Sun, if you've ever gone into a reading, the Sun is the biggest yes and is so optimistic. So you're good. You got the Nine of Cups. You're getting what you want. Justice will be served, but you just got to let some things go up here. And, there may be some egos at play. Just be mindful of it. Scorpio, you're amazing. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you subscribe, leave comments. And next week is another big week. Oh my goodness. We got that full moon in Virgo. That is interesting. That's going to be very interesting for you. We'll talk about it next week. And we have Venus conjuncting Mars. Do you know what happens when those two planets conjunct? I'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much, Scorpio. Bye.